Okay, so here's this kit all dried and ironed up, and I used these colors here: lemon yellow, teal, and denim blue. The denim blue can overpower really quick, so I used about 20% of this bottle in my glass of water. And then my teal is such a tough color to gauge because it's not too light and it's not too dark. So now the teal, I did about 20% of this for this kit in my glass of water as well. I wanted some bright yellow in here, so I used about 40% of the lemon yellow in a glass by itself, all separate. So now here's this kit, and it's so fun. And I've decided to name it Summer Breeze too, because it has similar characteristics to Summer Breeze, the other kit I did a few weeks back. And then here I used some feathers in these kits, and this one came out so fun with the variation in color. I really like how the colors all came out in this kit. Now this paper here is the Master's Touch mixed media paper from Hobby Lobby, and it automatically comes in this size 8.5 by 5.5. So I like this paper. Canson mixed media paper is by far my favorite and the best, but this paper does a really good job too. I have taken all printer paper out of my Eco Die kits because it's too fragile and I don't want to hassle with it anymore. So you can always print your Eco Dies on printer paper, but to Eco Die with printer paper, it takes the die beautifully. It makes leaf prints so beautifully, but you can never get out. It creases and warps. The process warps the paper so bad in some instances that you can't ever get it completely flat again. So I've decided to take them out and just do watercolor paper and mixed media paper. And as always, what I'm doing now is sandwiching with the watercolor paper. So this is Canson watercolor paper, and it's 9 by 12 cut in half, so that gave me 2 9 by 6 pieces, 1/2 inch border bigger than the other sheets in here. So really fun. And then of course here's my grate sheet. You can tell with the little lines. Actually, this is the grate side, and then it translated through a tiny bit to the inside because I've got the border from the other sheets sitting on this. So I correct myself, this is the inside part, and this is the outside grate sheet. Now that's why I use this watercolor paper. For those of you that are new, I use it to protect the inner sheets from all getting these grate marks, because it can happen, and it has to me. That's another thing with printer paper. If you used a bunch of printer paper with grates like I do, you're going to have these marks just continue to show up within the kit too. So look at these crazy colors on this page. I think it came out really fun. It's almost like an urban botanical sheet to me, like this leaf just fell in autumn on top of a metal grate in the city, and there it is. Really fun. So now here's the inside of this watercolor sheet, and it's got the border. This is a mystery to me because I work hard at centering my inner pages, and I always end up with a border on one side and not on the other, and I can't for the life of me figure out why that happens. This one here got a little bit of a border on both sides, but it's much more prominent here than it is here. So I don't know how that happens. It's just the luck of the draw. Also, look at the difference in color. You will get such a difference in color. These are the mixed media, and this is the watercolor. So it varies wildly, I've noticed, with each kit. So, and then clearly, like this sheet right here has a lot more denim blue in it than this page, this one right here. So that has something to do with it. But when you lay them next to each other like this, you can really see that there is a bit of a difference between the two. The green almost looks, the yellow almost looks neon green here, and it looks more yellow here. So you will get a little difference, which I think is really fun. So here's this denim blue with some aspen and flowers. And then here's my favorite, the grapevine leaves. These are, of course, my favorite. They print beautifully every time. I get the best results with these leaves here. So the colors in this sheet right here are really beautiful, I think. I like them very much. Now this is all mixed media paper. Here are the rest of this. In the spirit of being thorough. Now you'll get some weird, like bubbly, kind of markings that you can't really make out as leaves sometimes. Sometimes that's due to the back of the leaf. This is the back of that grape leaf, I think. Let's see here. Yep. Okay, so here's the mirror image of these leaves, and you get wildly different results from the front of the leaf to the back, like I always say. And then also, if your kit, I get my kit as tight as I can get it. I tie it as tight as I can possibly tie it. And sometimes the dye just pulls in between the leaf and the paper, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So this is the back side of these leaves, and this is the vein side. That is the difference of every leaf. You will get a mirror image, but it will be different every time. And then there's that tree branch. And then here, this sheet has a lot more denim blue in it. And I'm really organic and random with my dyes. I will pick my colors, mix them together, and then some pages will get a bunch of color, some pages will get one color, so I just do whatever I feel at that moment. And then I put another feather in here, really fun. I've said this a bunch too, I mostly stick to tree leaves just because they're safer as far as, you know, poison goes. You want to be real careful when you're collecting your leaves. I used to wear gloves, but I've got quite a bit of experience now. Next year, I really want to focus on getting different species and using more natural dyes. Like I want to use spinach water and avocado dye and things like that. So next year's going to be wildly different from this year. I really hit the dyes hard this year. There's a beautiful little maple leaf. And so next year I really wanted to just do a season of totally organic, natural. So I played around with it a little bit this year with the hibiscus, and I loved my hibiscus results. So I definitely want to do more of that next season. But for now, I want to do collage and journals and watercolor. We're going to be moving on this channel and doing some other fun stuff here. So yeah, these colors are really fun, and the feathers, I invite you completely to do feathers. Now these are some of these tree sprigs that I get, and I've been getting this a lot. I never got this in the beginning of the season, and I'm wondering if the leaves are bending and rippling more as time goes on, because I get different results from a leaf at the beginning of the season versus the end of the season. They age just like we do. I get totally different results. This keeps showing up later in the season, which I find very interesting. I really like it, but it's not happening at the beginning of the season. So I'm wondering if the leaves are just getting warped by the sun. That's my best guess. Okay, so now here's some more of these grapevine leaves here, and then this might be an aspen. I think this is a little aspen leaf here. Such wonderful results from these grapevines. They are just incredible. Now this is the mirror image. So this is the back side. The less detail is always going to be the back side. And then this is like just a silhouette, a very soft and mild silhouette version of this. Now, I don't think this is a grapevine leaf. I think this is more of an oak tree leaf. Not an oak, I'm sorry, a cottonwood tree. This is cottonwood here. And then this is just a little aspen leaf, and all of this blue, denim blue dye pooled around that leaf. So really fun to see the mirror images. You could also fold your sheets to get a mirror image if you use bigger ones. I've been doing that too. I do have a playlist of all of my eco dye videos. I'm over here trying to find the mirror image to this feather. So it's really fun to fold your pages in half and do that. That is so funny because that was one of the first ones. Now I can't find it. Huh, very curious. Oh, well, it's in there somewhere. So now here's this sheet. Love it. Really cute. I love that bright yellow here. I always pull my feathers open and loosen them up so that you'll get more detail with it. Oh, I know what happened. I flipped these to show you the watercolor. Here it is. That's what I did. Okay. So here's the mirror image of that, and that really came out so close on both sides to itself. So really fun little mirror image. The last two kits, like I said, I'm going to be doing our mirror image. So there's that one, and then there's that. Yep, we went through that. It's fun to do the fold. And then I showed you the aspen. The aspen leaves always print with so much yellow. And this is the inside of the vein side. So the other side really gives you a silhouette like this. So very wildly different results from each side of the aspen leaves. Here's another good example of that. Here's the vein side, and then here's the back side of another one. Just really fun. This art medium is so full of magic and discovery that I absolutely invite you to try it, because it is just such a fun thing to do. There's just, and you learn about yourself. I've learned so much about myself doing this as an artist, and you know, I get really attached to results, and sometimes I have a tendency to want things to be just so, and you don't get any of that with this medium, and I love that because I feel cured from perfectionism, and I have talked about that in the past. So here's this kit, and I'm so glad you stopped by to check it out. And again, this is Summer Breeze number 2, and of course it's linked below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, as always, I invite you to. And please click like for me, it helps me a bunch, and I will see you real soon. Have a great day.